What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. It is the end of season showdown, the last show for the season. And they say all good things must come to an end. And in my case, I couldn't be happier. This is the last show of the season. Obviously, the two gentlemen on my right, the one to my right on this side, and the one bottom right, obviously have a bigger smile on their face. But we will address it nonetheless. Back to the channel. You know what to do. Like, share, subscribe to the thing. And allow me to introduce my panel, of course, the man with the biggest smile in the wild, Benny Blanco. What are you telling me, my bro?
Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening. I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. Being happy. It's not depressing. For the first time in a very long time, I was just saying the smile that I have, I've not lost since Saturday. Ollie, he has that same smile, and you guys, you don't. So life's good right now. Life is good when you win trophies. So sound like as a striker, life is good when you score goals. We're happy, bro. We're smiling. Happy to be here. It's been a while. Still feeling nervous. I don't know why, but happy to be here.
Love, say no more. Ollie, welcome back, my brother. Good to see you back, and of course in good spirits as well. And I didn't even recognize without the Jason mask on, but nonetheless, say no more.
I have a different mask on. Eric Ten Hag. Eric Ten Hag.
We're going to discuss that.
There's the mask. There's the mask. My father is.
We're going to have that discussion. But good to have you back, my
I'm good. Thanks, James, for having me. It's good to be back. It's been a while.
Always awesome having you on, my brother. And the man, the myth, the legend, the one, the only Bram the Hotspur. What are you telling me, my guy?
Guys, good evening. I'm glad to be here. Firstly, congrats, Ollie and Benny. Well deserved. United deserve that win Saturday. Yep. There's nothing fortunate about it. They deserve it. They won, and rightfully so.
Nah, I couldn't agree with you more. So let's segue straight into it. Manchester United winning the FA Cup, and like Bram alluded, United deserved it. I'm not going to go on this whole thing. I say Ollie did say that City was for say, be that as it may. There's still a game that needs to be won. I think Ten Hag, I love the way he stifled the players he played in midfield with Amrabat, Scott McTominay, Kobe Mino, of course, which we'll touch on later, Ollie. And of course, the big factor, Benny, you've been an advocate for Varane and Lissandro Martinez at the back. But give me your thoughts on the game first, Benny Blanco, and then Ollie, of course, yourself.
It's a game where United won every single battle. We were ready for that game. Yes, there was a wild. I think the team, for the first time this season, I can imagine. I don't think he's ever had so much, like he said himself, a luxury of options available. It's the first game of the season where we actually had a bench where you could change things. Eric Ten Hag this season, he was forced to pick a team most of the time, 99% of the season. It came together for him at the end, the final, where he could pick his team. He could have his stars at the back. He could have Licha Martinez. He could have Varane. You could see how we missed them throughout the entire season. Amrabat was brilliant in the middle. I think just his last three performances, he's grown into the United shirt and he's been putting in performances that we've been crying out for this entire season. Kobe Mino, there's nothing more that needs to be said about Kobe. Kobe's a star boy. There's no ceiling for this guy's potential. Alejandro Garnacho, big game player, proved it once again. He was brilliant. I was not impressed with Rashford that much, but the overall squad played brilliantly. Yes, City was not up for it. It looked like their parties carried on, and they were still babalas the way they played. I mean, Kevin De Bruyne was putrid. Without Kevin, there is no Ireland.
Second cup final now, no?
Second cup final as well. Kevin was piss poor. Without Kevin, there's no Erling Haaland. Foden was piss poor. Our defense was brilliant. Our midfield was brilliant. Not playing a striker, playing a false nine. The tactics of Eric on the day was brilliant, and you could see he tried it out against Brighton, and it worked. I knew that was preparation for the league, for the FA Cup final. So all in all, very happy. After the game, my feelings towards Eric, he has to stay, in my opinion. I don't see anyone else coming in doing a different job. We need to give him time. I don't know. I I know Ollie feels the same. As I've said, I won't be sad if he goes because it's been tough watching United this season. Every single game has been painful. It's never been like that in my entire life. But everything considered, a trophy at the end of a bad season, it's not that bad of a season. So yeah, chuffed for
Ollie,
Saturday, but sad for the season.
Ollie, your take?
How do you even take on that, bro? It's everything you said. Nah, yeah, Ben, you could not say it, you could not say it any better, you know. Like for me, and I predicted United to win, hence why I placed my bet, but let's not get into that. But I just what it was is like I don't know, man, like the last three matches, like you were saying, was leading up to this whole final, I feel, you know, and we've been kind of slow in the first half, the last few matches, but at the end of the day, if you get the results, it's all we want, you know. So we did everything right against City. I don't think we could have done anything differently the way we played. The 4-2-2-2 setup. I mean, someone told me like, "What nonsense is this?" I was like, "My guy, this is the right setup. This is the right way to play with them. You know, stack your midfield, let your wingers come in, stack them. They're not gonna be able. They wanna play through the lines. You know, so and
Oh,
also
yeah.
I mean, only thing that Pep really picked up is what bringing Daku on because I think that changed the narrative for them a bit when Daku came on. You know, so he had Wan-Bissaka had him there, but you know, you just need one chance, and he got his one chance. You know, I think it was a bit difficult for Nana to save because the players was in front of him. But I mean, at the end of the day,
You
I
should
feel
make
like
that save, Ali. You should make that
yeah, I know
save.
you should make
I
it.
should make
No,
it
you should
safe,
make
man.
it. You should definitely make it. You should definitely make it. But I feel like you know when we score that first goal, like, and you just started feeling things aren't going the way City. Like they miss passing the ball. They didn't look like they wanted to win that game. So there was some nice moments in the game where we were knocking them around. Like it was like goosebumps, man. It was like yo, like whole season we waited so long just to see this type of play in a
Yeah.
final. You know, so for me, like yeah, like Benny said, everything he said was accurate. You know, I feel like we couldn't have done anything differently. The way we played against them, and there you see. I mean, Kobe Mainu has now proven that he can go up against everyone. He can go up against anyone. It doesn't matter who you put in front of him. You'll find a way. His IQ is I don't know what IQ that is. I would love to meet his father. I don't know where they are. They found it lately. But yeah, I feel like with him in the midfield, I think also what stood out is we had a balance in the midfield. That's the first time we actually had a balance. You know, and you can see players playing there, like for example, like Amrabat. We obviously know the league is a bit too fast for him, but he never had a chance to play in a team that was confident or a team that had a balance. So it's difficult for any player from the outside to fit in that system. So now you get the young lighties like a Garnacho them who came through, who was doing very well, and also the Rashfords who you feel like almost Rashford can't give United anymore. I think it's almost the other way around now. Like we've got Garnacho now, so it's his time, and then Rashford is like almost like fading away, like the wingers who faded away when he was coming up. You know, so I feel like Rashford's time is now almost now gone. You know, so I don't think we should keep on to him. I feel like he can't offer United more than what he already gave us. So I think we should definitely cash in on your Rashford. And then, yeah, we've got some. The nice thing about the season is that because of the injuries, we managed to see young potential coming through. We wouldn't have seen these players if there wasn't injuries. Now you ask yourself, what do you prefer? you know, what do you prefer? Because now you won't see the kids really because the senior players. We've seen the manager. He's constantly picked senior players out of form. You know, and that's one thing that I don't like about him is that
You've been an advocate whole
um,
season for the youth, actually.
yeah, exactly. So I feel like I mean there is obviously things that he should change still, but I feel like it would be stupid for United to let go of him now, man. Like I feel like especially after having over 60 injuries, I mean that's not normal. You imagine never being able to pick a starting 11 like that was the same starting 11 the week before. It's like you don't hear that in football, bro. So like it's difficult, and I know a manager needs to work with his squad. I get that, but we didn't have the type of squad where we can replace with the same type of quality, man. You know, so we had to throw the youngsters in. So yeah, but well done to United. It was a fantastic win. I mean, I was buzzing, guys. You have no idea. You have no idea I was buzzing. So, yeah, good season. I think the nice thing about the season is that we managed to go the hard way, win the FA Cup, knock out a few people ahead of us, out of the Europa Cup, and also the Conference League. So that is like, for me, if you look at it all, like United actually had a decent season.
Yeah,
Had a
the
decent season, if I
consequence.
can put it that way. Yeah, besides the situations we're in. Oh yeah.
No, fair enough. Like Ole has said, that means now that Chelsea have to play a double-headed qualifying even to get into the Conference League. I only heard that today. It's amazing what happens.
Did you see where the final of the Conference League will take place?
I don't even know where it is, but I'm
Nobody does, bro.
How come the Conference League is before Europa?
I'll try to
confused.
Me and Ollie spoke about that the other day.
Yeah.
It's you UEFA. They're crazy how they market, like, commercialize stuff, right? The Europa League final was last week. The Conference League final is tomorrow night.
It's tomorrow
That's
night.
weird. You would expect
Tomorrow's Tuesday. When's the Champions League final?
Saturday.
On Saturday. Always on Saturday.
Today's Tuesday.
It's at Wembley. And it's at Wembley, no?
It's at
Crazy.
Wembley, yeah.
Jude
It's at
Bellingham
Wembley.
on it. I don't.
Yeah.
Where is tomorrow night's final? Where is
I
it?
don't know. Beats
We
the
can check.
I'm sure. I think
Benny
Benny's
is
checking
looking
here.
at.
Benny's
Yeah,
checking the final.
But just like they said, look, they've obviously feel that.
At the OPAP Arena. It's at the OPAP Arena.
The what?
Where is it?
It's at the OPAP Arena Stadium in near Philadelphia in Greece.
Yo.
Shit.
That's
It looks like an Athlone Stadium vibe, no?
I think Greece actually got good stadiums now. All open air stadiums, quite big stadiums.
In Greece.
It's obviously Olympiacos is going to be born
That's-
favorites
that's
now. I mean, it's like
Olympiacos also.
it's in there. It's like in there.
Olympiacos versus Fiorentina.
Fiorentina, yeah. You asked me, Davey, about United. Look, for me, I feel that if anybody has like really been watching the run into the end of the Premier League, you're watching everybody like the last 6-7 games. And I'm talking about all teams, not just focusing on certain teams. It's not a surprise that United beat Man City for me. It's not, because I'm gonna go back to the game before the Spurs game, which I think was the last time that City. I think it was they played Aston Villa, or before. I'll speak under correction, but I know I think Foden got a hat-trick before they played Spurs, and that was the last time City actually played well. The next 4 games, it was basically individuals that was like bailing them out, right? The brain is not.
I think against Everton they were good. I think against Everton they were
Was
brilliant.
it Everton that they beat? Was it Everton they beat before they beat us? Yes, so it was
Yeah.
Everton. That was the last time. The remaining games thereafter, you could see. I don't know if it's fatigue. I don't know what it was, but
West Ham was nerves. West Ham was nerves. West Ham, you could see that was nerves, and it was Foden's brilliance on the day.
I just
Yeah,
think they
but
had that from
it was a case where they normally a team, right? They everybody contributes to their good performance. Yeah, they were poor and they needed one player to pull them out. And Wembley, the size of Wembley's field, if you notice that they tire teams out. But United's quite a fit team. Poor side, but fit side. And they were never going to tire United out. United have got stamina. They just
Because we play on the transition. We brilliant on transition.
So United just never got tired. They got tired, and I think United fully deserved it, man. They if you look at their season, right? We're having a different conversation about Ten Hag now. If they had lost on Saturday, I think people's opinions would have been different. I think emotions now still. This is not to damper, the elation you guys are feeling, but I just think it's too soon to sit, and it will be naive for United to say keep him, without considering somebody else. There's nothing wrong if they keep him, like you said, Benny. If he goes, he goes. If he stays, you're willing to keep him. I think
The owners came out and said that they will do a final review at the end of the season, and that Saturday's result it counts very little to the overall review. So only once they have done that, will they come back and say,
I don't think so. I don't think so. I feel like if he lost Saturday, he would have been sacked already.
I think so.
I don't think so.
I also think so.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Like this win is like they're scratching their head now, bro. They're like, shit. Do we actually
Remember, they did the
Because
same thing
what
with
happened
Louis
with
Van
Gaal? They
Gaal.
don't wanna. They want to repeat what the Gaal situation now,
Yeah.
because it's basically the same thing. Also, Dutch manager as well. So it's like they want to repeat that, because look what happened after Gaal. We just had a list of managers, and it never worked out.
Mourinho, it was for Mourinho. They sacked Van Gaal for Mourinho, and the results were never the same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the thing is, but Mourinho won 2 trophies thereafter, right?
He did. He
Next
did.
season. So I think that the difference between then and now also is there were still managers about at that time where you could make that decision. If United were to make that decision right now, the list of top quality managers is there isn't really anyone, right? So they're going to then be back in a catch-22 situation. Do we go for the same kind of mold that Ten Hag's in, probably a little bit better, or do we sit and give him the opportunity? Because look, the way managers are being sacked right now, United's got time on their hands. There is going to be a suitable replacement, jobless by the time the season starts, or in 3 weeks' time. The likes of Tuchel, the likes of Pochettino, they'll still be about. And United, I think, are biding their time to say, look, we can either keep him and show him, give him faith, or we replace him. But I don't think United will do something drastically stupid to sack Ten Hag a week or two before the season. United's they're not that naive to do that.
I think we'll know soon. I think we should know soon. I think you would know soon.
Before the Euros.
But Bram, we just stuck off the cycle of sack a manager, start again. The players of the manager now. We first need to get rid and sell them off before we can get in place. Fuck that. We are done with that.
I feel like we should go now. We should keep him now, because it will be his third season, and kind of like we've got a good enough squad, but now that we're gonna add obviously 3-4 more players, which the manager would actually buy the players he actually wants this time, So, and I do feel like this should be his season. This is his review season. Like this is the season.
This is where you judge him. This is the season where you judge him.
Now I'm gonna play a little bit of devil's advocate here. I think you guys are being a little bit facetious in the fact that you guys are forgetting of the season that you just had. You ended 8th. It's your worst ever finish. You had a negative goal difference of 1, if I'm not mistaken. 14 losses.
Technically, we ended 6th.
Technically.
Based on Europa League.
But you know what I mean, Billy. Like the reason why I'm coming to you with this is because I've been in that situation as well. With the last time we won the FA Cup, we ended 8th, and I was also in the position where I said, look, don't let the FA Cup paper over the cracks. There's still a lot of work.
Yeah, but look what happened. You kept Arteta, and then
but then the next season was cut after that as well.
Arteta was what? Like we said,
look how close Arsenal is now, bro.
7th, 5th.
Yeah.
When did he start in his 5th season?
But look, even then, as you're mentioning that now, you don't mention the FA Cup. You mention 8th and 5th and all of that stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like even then, the next season.
I also think it's different. I also think it's
Arsenal, sorry, Bram. Arsenal in the spot that they are is because they had patience with the manager. Arsenal exactly where they are is because the owners backed the manager from then when everybody, you included, Davey, Arteta the fuck out. They kept him and they backed him and they backed him and they've supported him, and that is why you had these 2 brilliant league runs because of patience shown to Arsenal and by Arsenal to Arteta. Eric Ten Hag deserves that same amount of patience, because not only we finished bad, we finished 8th in the season. 2 seasons. Arteta spent as well.
See the money.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, Arsenal's 8th and 7th, right? Judge the type of football they played and judge the type of football that United was playing. There's big differences.
Does it matter now? No, bro. Arsenal didn't play the football they play now. They didn't play that when they won 8th. When they were 8th in the league, they never played this brand of football.
You could see it coming.
No, where is, bro? They went to City, got hidings. They went to Old Trafford, got hidings. Went to Anfield, got hidings. The same like United did.
But how many times did I say it? That is where you could see that something is happening also, because the following week when they played very differently. They didn't give up. It didn't bother them. With United, you have had poor performance, followed by poor performance, followed by poor performance. That's what I'm saying. Don't let the emotion of what happened on Saturday cloud what needs to happen.
I just explained to you now why it's not just Saturday.
Because you can't say, just hang on quickly, you can't say, yes, but Arsenal were patient with Arteta. Look now, you could see from when he was there that there is something building, it's taking time.
Yeah, but the same thing happened when Eric came in. The same thing happened when Eric came in. You could see something. You could see changes.
Did he not have a brilliant season last season? Did he not have a brilliant season last season?
Would you say that was brilliant? With
Yes.
all the money that you spent.
Champions League and we won a trophy. I think that's a brilliant season.
Okay. Anyway.
My thing is this, right? My thing is just.
Do
My
you not
thing
say that's
is
a
this,
brilliant season, Bram?
If you look at it this season, Arsenal barely had injuries, right? They had maybe one, but they didn't have lots of injuries, right? Look at the difference.
Not the main
Look at
ones.
the
Not the main
yeah. Look
ones.
at the difference, right? United had over 60 injuries. How in the right mind can any manager manage any type of fucking situation like on the field every week? He must like I thought about it, like I'm thinking myself, that must be so difficult, bruh. Like you're in training, new players coming in, youngsters coming in. Now they must fit into a system. Like Eric could never ever had a chance, and I think there was a few games I could see. Okay, there's a few games where I see where he wants to go. You could see it, all right. But next thing you know, 2 or 3 players out injured. Another next week, another 5 injured. Like how do you as a manager control all that, bruh? Like that's what I'm saying. I said before even the FA Cup, I said even if United lose, I still want to keep Eric. I still want to keep him because I know all these guys are going to be ready to go next season, and I know I know for a fact, and this thing is recorded, I know for a fact next season under Eric is going to be everyone's going to chase United next season. Everyone's going to chase United next season. That I can tell you. 100% sure about that.
Oli, the thing is now, like he said in the interview with Gary Neville, the thing is, his backline, his preferred backline, did not play a single. They didn't play 90 minutes together for an entire season. Your backline, your back four, with your brand new keeper, did not play together for a full 90 minutes, an entire season. An entire season, guys.
Deal with it. As a manager, you need to deal with it.
I told you at the beginning of the season, Davey, you were on the podcast where I said again, United only have a starting 11. We did not have a bench. We played the entire season with one child as a striker. Fuck Anthony Martial. We had more. It was like a Ria Rosie who was playing in our back line. It was a shit show from the start to the end. It ended up with a little bit of ice cream on top and a cherry with the FA Cup. It was a bad season, but I think my manager tried. He didn't want to change shit with different personnel because then he goes back. That Gary never asked him, why didn't you then block out, play 5 in the middle? He said, because then how do I progress my team? How do I go from playing under Ollie to playing the way I want to play? When I don't have the person, I go back to Ollie. Where's the progress in that? If we get our innings, we get our innings as long as the principles and the fundamentals are there. More than that, we as United fans, we understand where our season was, the shit show that it was. I can't speak for Ollie. For one, I fully understand why our season was the way it was. And I'm happy with the FA Cup. I'm shit disappointed with the league. But I also understand why. If I can put it like that.
Would you say you had a better season than Arsenal?
No. Performance-wise and everything else, no. Not at all.
No, Arsenal were phenomenal.
It was fun to watch Arsenal this season.
Yeah,
this season, Arsenal did everything. They did everything that they needed to win the league. The league was not. You never lost the league. Let me put it to you like that.
Yeah,
City won the league. You never bottled it. You didn't bottle it. You took it up until
Liverpool bottled the league.
Yeah, exactly.
Liverpool bottled the league. Liverpool was never the same after the United game. Mentally, physically, they never recovered. They never recovered.
Wow, now that you mentioned it, actually. But gents, Maresca is now, speaking of the managerial merry-go-round,
Chelsea.
Maresca has now joined Chelsea from Leicester. Shocking move. I didn't see that one coming.
As he signed,
Yeah.
he's officially
Yeah, it's a done
named-
deal.
That's mad, bruh.
That's
Like
crazy.
that's mad. I mean, how do you don't you want to go up with your team into the Premier League? Like,
Exactly my
I-
thing also. Do you know what I mean? Like Kieran McKenna is staying at least with Ipswich.
Can I tell you guys why? Why I think?
It is also
I
different.
think-
Just one thing, Benny. You guys have to remember is that with them coming up, right? They are going to
Blind
play-
confidence, girlfriend. Blind.
Remember, they in the situation now where they are going to need to sell players coming up into the Premier League.
Yes.
Like, or they run the risk of starting the season like
With negative goals, negative points.
Points, yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. Don't they have a Nick? Don't they have a PSR thing that you can also don't they?
I think it's negative 10 points.
No.
Yes,
but then again, Bram, they also didn't sell or let go of a lot of players when they went down. So they
They
still
didn't.
have a lot of those
They
players.
only let go of Madison. It was only Madison.
No, it was Madison and Tillemans.
And Bonds.
Harvey Bonds left, and
Yeah.
Schmeichel went to Nice.
Yeah.
Mm.
He went to Nice to balance the books, basically.
Yeah.
So they're in a situation where they never recovered. All right, they were. Here's the thing. They got away with what they did. They were fortunate to be relegated, firstly, because they would have started the new Premier League season and they survived on something like -10 or -15 points already. Right? So when they got relegated, because the Premier League, although it falls under the banner of the English FA, it's a league run. The championship is run by a different sort of governing body. Right?
Okay.
So whatever they were involved in, where the FIFA rules were concerned, it kind of like it's not that it goes away, but you kind of like you can paper it over because it's run by a different governing body. The Premier League has got its own governing body, right? Although they all play under the FA. So with Leicester coming up, Leicester have to sell players to balance the books. They've got no choice. They cannot sign unless they let go, and they need to increase their homegrown players firstly. So they're going to be looking at English players. So I think this guy's jumping ship. He's like on a hiding to nothing here because he doesn't. I don't think he wants to be caught in the same way that's Nottingham Forest and the way Sean Dyche was caught by Everton. Sean Dyche had no idea what was going to happen there. He was kept being told Everton's going to be sold, 777's buying them. Don't worry, everything's above board. All of a sudden the deal collapsed, and then they would just hit with points, right? So I think this guy kind of identifies with like, listen here, this is going to happen. But Chelsea, for me, that's ruthless. If you're talking about their end to their season, right? They had a better end to the season than United. This be real, they did. And if United didn't win the FA Cup, you'd be saying Chelsea had a better season than Man United.
Yeah.
And they still go and fire Pochettino. Crazy.
I don't think it's a sack. I don't think it's a sack. The thing is, they don't want to be told. They don't want to be told who to sign. Pochettino would obviously want his own players. They don't want to be told. That's the reason why Tuchel left. Remember, that's the reason why Tuchel left because you couldn't sign. They signed for Graham Potter, and when it went shit sideways, they blamed him. They sacked him, even though that was none of the players. We all said it here. There's no ways a manager would sign up to so much players. All different. It was a fucking smarty box of players.
I think Pochettino, I think he's to be blamed because I think he thought this is Daniel Levy was trying to be funny. Remember the one interview when they asked him about Ismail Sarr? Remember the previous season, Sarr was one of their best defenders. He was injured, and he didn't even know that the guy was on the books. And when they asked him, and he asked, "Who's that?"
Yeah.
And they said, like, he said, one of your players, he said, does he really play? I've never seen this guy before. So I think those kind of things, Scott didn't like, you know what, you're actually making fun of me and my club in public. And then when he spoke about, this isn't my players, the players that was injured, and then the players that he kind of wanted all came back from injury, he kept referring to the guys that are out are not my players. And I think that was like.
And those players came good for night end of the season, no? Those players that he was talking about.
Playing for him, actually. They were
He was
playing.
playing the guys that he favored.
Yeah.
The guys who played was the ones that he wanted. The guys that they signed on big money were guys that were sitting. I mean, Nkunku, there was nothing wrong with him. He just didn't want to Nkunku because he never signed him. He never wanted him. And the poor guy sitting on the bench. And I think it was that case with Tots paying a heck of a lot of salaries. and he's not even giving people game time. Like almost like an under 8 team. Everybody's son must get a game, even if it's a half a game. I think Tots got that kind of mentality, like baseball or NFL. Like you can put someone on for 5 minutes, and
I can tell you one thing: it's not the exciting time to be a Chelsea supporter. I wouldn't be excited to the prospect of sacking Pochettino and getting brother man from Leicester who was Pep's cone man. No, bruh. I'd not be excited by that prospect.
No, you can't.
Although they were dangerous at the end of the season. Chelsea were starting
Because
to
of
look like-
Pochettino. Because of Pochettino. Because of Pochettino. Pochettino, it finally clicked for him. And when it did click for him, they sack him. Doesn't make sense.
But Benny, wasn't he on like a 2-year deal or something like that? So he wasn't going to be there long term in any case. But then again, they could have extended also.
Yeah, but you got the season.
Yeah, true. Say no more. Company play by Bayern Munich. How do you guys feel about that one?
Desperate.
That's weird.
Fine, desperate.
Well, in some weird way.
But I do think he's a disciplinarian, and I think Tuchel's not
I
a
see that.
disciplinarian.
I think he's a stubborn manager. He didn't change his system or his
No, not
tactics
once.
Yeah, but he's
Even though they got
But
hiding.
Werner didn't play too
But
bad,
he's not-
bro.
But he's not as strict. He's not as strict as in he gets along. His rapport, if you look at everywhere he's gone, he gets along very very well with players. He makes sure that the environment is like really good to play under. But where company just doesn't take shit from anybody, and I think maybe Bayern needs that to take them up a level, because that's probably the reason why they never won the league. Alonso looks like he's got that firm grip. That like an Ancelotti type man. You can see he played under Ancelotti. Was I give you the freedom, but you do know who's the boss here. And I think that I think company is that. Maybe it'll be better because look, Burnley, he did well in the Championship, went to the Premier League. The players are not Premier League quality. He's going to go to Bayern. So we see now better quality players. Bayern always.
Think of who he's replacing, Bram. Think of who he's replacing.
Yeah, he's replacing. Remember, but like I said, it's probably because if Tuchel was more of a
Yes, Tuchel, the Champions League winner. Sorry, sack you. And here's Vincent Company, Championship winner. The fuck, bruh. There's no way you can compare the levels. Tuchel is elite. We know this. Burnley, Company. No, bro. No.
So one of two ways. I admire them for giving him an opportunity. I admire them for giving him an opportunity.
Too soon.
Somebody somewhere's got to take a chance. Same with Arteta. Arsenal took a chance with Arteta. Do you know what I mean? Somebody's got to give people an opportunity. United's not in that game. United will not give someone an opportunity unless you've done something. So big up to Bayern for giving the guy a chance. They're willing to take a chance, and they're the type of club, they know for a fact that in their country, it's not the first time someone's put them to the title. Dortmund has done it once or twice. They will come back strong. They're either going to win the league with company. 10 games they sack him. They know there's somebody that will come in, but they've got better players than everybody else, and they probably will end up in the top 2 or 3 again with the league title. So for them, it's a very different scenario to the Premier League. Very, very different, because they can sack him after 10 games and they can probably make all of a.
They can do what they want here. Yeah, they can do what they want.
And they will end up doing well. So, but I admire them for giving him an opportunity. Given from Burnley to Bayern.
I think Bayern jumped the gun with sacking him when the results went a little pear-shaped, because after that they recovered after that. But what was said
was a flop for them. That was a mistake.
Yep. I think letting go of Hansi Flick at the beginning, I see he's not going to Barcelona. That's going to be mad.
Where do you guys think the Zerbi will end up? Ollie, where do you think you'll end up?
Maybe West Ham.
No, they already got Lopetegui.
They signed yeah.
I actually thought the Zerbi would go to Chelsea, to be honest. But
I also thought so, but I don't rate the Zerbi at all. I mean, Brighton had a shit season. No, I don't want him at United.
Why not? You wouldn't take the Zerbi with this?
Benny, how would you feel like, this is a weird one though, but how would you feel like with like Xavi?
Xavi's a
I would like Xavi because Xavi is someone that as a player he was a legend. And I think that he would command the respect of that Old Trafford dressing room. Whereas I don't think McKenna would get that same respect. I don't think the Zerbi will get that
Don't
same
you think
respect
Conte will
because
do the same at Bayern Munich?
Who?
no, no.
Who? Company.
Look,
Why?
Xavi, we're talking about Xavi won a La Liga, my man. Says Xavi won La Liga. He has something behind his name. He took over a big team in Barcelona, won La Liga. He
Yeah,
has
but
something
Conte's
behind his
never
name.
managed.
Company,
Conte's never managed in the Premier League. But look here, it's
company
the
is
same.
important to
It's
City.
the La Liga Xavi won. He didn't exactly win it with Valencia, with Villarreal, with Real
he beat the call.
He
No,
won
was it
with
was it
he
was
won
it the
it with
Ancelotti Real Madrid or was it done
Yeah.
Real
Yeah,
Madrid?
but it's
He beat
Barcelona. There's
Ancelotti.
only two. There's two
Ancelotti
clubs,
Real Madrid.
but there's two clubs that fight for the La Liga title. To say that he won it is not exactly
I don't think there's a comparison between the two, Bram. I don't think there's a comparison between the two. To be
I
honest
think
with
he
you.
does command some sort of respect.
How do you say? Yes, he does reach them on, but how can you say Barcelona and Madrid? It's like a player that says, "I want a new challenge." He goes signs for Madrid or Barcelona. What are you being challenged with?
Hey, Big Benny. Oh, Geordie. There's little
There
Benny.
he is.
There's the Big Benny.
Giving his mommy a hard time. I'm sorry, go ahead, guys.
Yeah,
No, I
anyway.
just think that um for me, managing Barcelona, Real Madrid, the only challenge is you're competing against each other. You only come, whoever out of those two is always going to win the league. So that's not exactly a challenge. I think if he wants to challenge him, if you same with Company, he's never managed in the Premier League, so we can't say it's not as different. It's not different. Company's going to Bayern if he goes to Bayern Munich. Chances are he's gonna end in the top 2 or 3. If he fails, I'll sack him after 10 games. Bayern will replace him, and Bayern will still finish in the top 2 or 3. That's just German football for you. Do you know what I mean? It's. If I was in, I don't know. I wouldn't rate Zabi yet if he goes somewhere else. But to say he'll command respect, same with Vimp's and Company.
I think just the player that he was, I mean, Xavi Iniesta, the respect that he would command, bruh. It's,
True. 100% it speaks for itself. But I have a question to you before we come into team of the season. I know you've been very, very vocal about Ange. He's been very vocal about Tottenham Hotspur, the foundations of the club and all of that.
Fuck.
How long do you see him lasting? And would you have any of these managers?
Guys, I said it. I was not joking. The day Chelsea fired Pochettino, I said it in the group. I told you guys, bring him back. I'd fire this Australian now, right now, and I'll bring him back.
I thought you loved the Australian, my man. You were so in love with your manager.
Ever said that I rate this guy? Davey, pull the receipts. What was my first words about him? I said I give him till Christmas.
I don't ever recall. Every time I try
give
to
this
recall
guy
it
till
about
Christmas.
Spurs.
And what happened? It was up until November. We were top of the Premier League. And then what happened? The wheels came off.
I told you the wheels are going to come off. What did I say,
Don't
Bram?
lie, you said-
All he needs is a plan B, guys.
told you we were
All
gonna
he
come off
needs is a
Tottenham.
plan B. All he
I
needs is a
told
plan
Tottenham's wheels
B.
going to come off.
Listen. No, you didn't, Ollie. You rate this guy highly.
I
David,
do, but
okay.
I did say your wheels are coming off. Your turn is coming. Your turn is coming. I did
I
tell you
like
guys.
Ange. I like big Ange.
You said
I
that
think
after
everything
9
that's not-
injuries. You said that after we had 9 injuries and we lost to Chelsea. You said now the wheels is coming off. That's what you
I
said.
said it's coming. Your turn is coming. Yeah. Your turn is coming.
After
That's
9
what I said.
injuries, after that 9 injuries, Spurs were dangerous. But Peter doesn't make. I think for him, right? I think for him, this is going to be. This is more of it's going to show Daniel Levy's hand, right? In that, so we've got a coach that we want to play in the style of football that we've been missing for 3 years. He's brought everything, the feel good factor back to Spurs, blah blah blah. That got smashed in the after Christmas. Luckily enough for him, we finished in the Europa League, right? Cool. Now, you can only get better if he strengthens the team. Because what Ange wants is what Pep's got. He literally wants, and what Klopp's got. He wants in each position. I need to have the same. I need to bring. If this one gets injured, his replacement must be able to do exactly the same. We don't have that, right? If Porro gets injured, you've got Emerson Royale. Emerson Royale should not be a professional footballer. Full stop.
So don't you give him
Everybody else-
time until you can get his team. Don't you give him time until you can build his depth.
Hang on, I'm not finished it. Hang on. So basically, what he wants to do is find me another Porto, find me another Udogi at left back. Now you're going to sign me another Madison, and I need literally because I think he's got enough central midfielders. That central midfielders that Spurs have got is capable of competing to finish in the top 4. All right, that's not the problem. The problem is. And yeah, I feel sympathy towards him is Kane leaving the day before the season starts and leaving not making any plan to sign a striker because he believes Son is a striker. All right. Then Perisic got injured. He left. Solomon played 3-4 games and he got injured. So we were unbalanced. So fair enough, like we say, the injuries at United suffered with Ten Hag. I do feel for him. We've got a smaller squad, so in critical areas, players got injured. Then they went to the AFCON and they came back and players were never the same. Cool, right? I would still give in hand on mouth. I'll give this but till September and then fire him and then take Pochettino back and we're all happy, right? However, I would say give him the signings that he wants, and we give him. Okay, I'm gonna say give him till Christmas. Give him till Christmas. But this is, remember when I joked on, I said that this is like T20 cricket with this, but before he even took over, it is literally like T20 cricket. We were good for a short period. It was exciting. It was brilliant. The game's finished. Yeah, I just feel Levy needs to back this guy then. If you're going to keep him on, back him and literally strengthen the squad. He strengthened the squad with some of the most exciting European players. You'll see some of the players that Spurs have signed. Some of the best 16, 17, 18-year-olds in Europe. Some of the best, right? And the one is officially being unveiled as a Spurs player. That guy, he won Player of the Year in Sweden and he's 18 years old. Then there's the Croatian machine. I don't know if you guys ever seen that 16-year-old. I've never seen a 16-year-old that big. It looks like Ivan Drago from Rocky 4. So that guy can play center midfield or center back. And then there's the other two players that they've got. Like they've literally got young players, but that's young. That's very, very, very young. That's like 3 years from now. Now
He will not last that long. I say give him time, but 3 years from now.
I think 3 years from now. If he wins the FA Cup next year or the Carabao Cup, he has signed these 3 years at Spurs.
Yeah.
Whether he want to be there for 3 years, I don't know. But he will.
They need to back him though. They really, really need to back him. And I don't see why Spurs won't back him.
Leave it if even back Pochettino.
Leave it.
Yeah, he's built a stadium. You guys built a stadium at the time.
All the more reason to not do it.
Look, clearly, honestly speaking, our main priority for me is a striker. Get the striker.
You must test that because of Erica, and I said that there's going to come a time in the season we're going to miss.
And what did Jigga say? Kane has got to stop thinking about it. But I said that during that
you never replaced him.
It was on therapy.
Spurs never replaced him.
I said that the time will come and it will show how we miss him. And I honestly think, you know what? When he watched Spurs in that first 10 games, I think he missed being there. I think he missed it. He missed it.
I have my word. I'll go fetch it for you, bro.
Go fetch it. Go get it. But anyway,
Dave, seriously, I would take Pochettino back now, tonight. I'll find that Australian, and I'll take him back tonight. Because I believe Pochettino with the squad that we've got, the way he transformed Chelsea was not a joke.
This was given to me by Prince Harry, bro. Sorry, Prince William. Prince William. Prince William. I even got the FA Cup or so. I was there, guys. I was there.
So you locked it down, or you locked it
I locked it down, baby. I locked it down.
Team of the season, gents. Let's start. Ole, I'll start with you, goalkeeper.
Yo.
You did your homework before. None of us did our homework. What you mean, yo?
Okay, so my formation is completely like the Maca,
What
right?
formation are we going, by the way? What formation are we going?
So I've got two teams, but I'm putting it like the way I want it. So it's obviously the keeper, then 3 at the back. Then I've got 2 midfielders in front of them, and another 2 midfielders in front of them, and then I've got my front 3.
This technical? They're not going to play anybody.
So I'm just saying, like, no, it doesn't sound weird if I give it. But so
Yeah,
obviously in goal is
I don't know, let's
is
go one by one. I think go one by one.
I
Just
think
start with the
it's
goalkeeper.
everybody do their goalkeepers. I think everybody do their goalkeepers.
Yeah, okay.
That's how we go. 'Cause
Okay.
it looked
Yeah.
like Ollie was gonna give the whole team sheet now. You.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
With
Ollie was gonna give us the whole team now. You.
With tactics. Nah.
Yeah. So my
Yeah, man,
keeper was
your
between
keeper.
Raya and Martinez, but I'm gonna go with Raya.
Okay. So I don't know, I disagree on that one, but anyway, I'm going with Martinez though. Ben.
No keeper for me stood out this entire season, so I have to give it to the clean sheet holder, which is Raya and the Golden Glove winner.
Why is all this kept for this goofy motherfucker? What did he do? So
There's no one else. What other keeper had a brilliant season?
No one else. Emi Martinez is there.
No, I'm not a fucking fan of that thief.
Yeah, that's
Fuck
why.
him.
But you Vicario, come on.
No, he was suspect just like
Yeah, the
Onana
keeper
this season.
from Spurs.
Spurs keeper.
Also
I'd
good,
pick Pickford over Vicario. Seriously.
Look, but
But David Raya gets mine.
But I mean, David Raya's I can pick 2 errors, 3 errors actually off the top of my head. That Raya
Man won the Golden Glove,
I think
man.
every keeper
The
had
man won the Golden Glove.
That's
He
not
brought us
down
into
to
the game,
him, Benny.
in
That's
the
down
derby.
to Saliba, Gabriel, and Declan Rice.
The man won a Golden Glove.
No, man, that's not down to him, man. Not Raya.
The man won a
Okay,
Golden
Bram,
Glove.
who's your keeper?
Damn, who's your keeper?
My keeper of the season is I'm actually going to give it to Pickford. I think that there was Everton's resurgence. Remember that all the points deducted, they were sitting sort of around about the relegation zone, and I think that this is the one season he made the least amount of errors compared to other seasons that he's made, and I think he was actually really good. I genuinely feel that he was solid, played really well for me. So Leno as well at Fulham, they both did exceptionally well in goal. They both for me did well, but I'm picking Pickford. Pickford is my keeper.
Staying in the past, Peter. Staying in the past.
Then I think we should give you a whole back line. Don't you give one, give you a whole back line.
Yeah, give it all back. Okay.
We go to defense.
The backline. Yours
Go,
is-
Ollie.
So I've got back three, which is Gabriel, Saliba, and is it Braithwaite? How do you say his name from Everton?
Braithwaite.
Braithwaite. Yeah, that's my back three. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, that.
Okay.
I've got
Maybe
a
it's
back
you.
four. I've got a back four again. So I've got
Go.
Benjamin on the right back, the 2 Arsenal centre backs, and the Doge left back. Benny?
That would be my team as well. Gabriel and Saliba, Udogi. Not sorry, Kyle Walker would be my right back.
Okay, fair enough. Can you hear that? Bram?
I'm going with Saliba and Van der Veen. I think Van der Veen was exceptionally good for Spurs this year.
Yeah.
One of the best defenders. I think Udogi. I'm gonna give it to Gavi. I'll say Gavido. I'll say why. Consistency. What he brought to the City team when they needed it. Remember we spoke about individuals that bailed them out in the last few games. He was one of the key individuals. And I think at right back, Ben White.
Yeah.
I'm going White, Saliba, Van der Veen, and Gavido.
So no more. Olive, you had to pick 4. Who would you pick? Because you're the only one with 3.
Probably a Dogi would be on the one side, and then if I look at I think this was Kyle Walker's best season in a long time, so I'll go with Kyle
Especially in
Walker.
the league.
You would say so?
Right midfield. 4-3-3. I'm going 4-3-3.
Yeah, but I've got 3 because I want more midfielders. So yeah,
He's got
go
one
ahead.
more midfielder, but it's fine. Anyway,
Go for it.
No.
So next, so in front of him,
Yeah,
I'm gonna have Declan Rice, Mainu, and in front of that 2 of them, I'm gonna have Kevin De Bruyne and Cole Palmer.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad. Obviously, I'm gonna set the doogies.
Yeah, it's my turn.
And
the other
then
one,
he-
Rocky, and what's the other one?
Riley.
Riley, yeah, Rocky and Riley. Anyway, my midfield is again Rice, Rodri, and Odegaard. That's my three. I'm going with Palmer and someone else on the wing. But anyway,
We're not by the wingers. We're not by the wingers yet.
No, but that's why I'm not having Palmer. I'm just saying, sorry. You couldn't wait now. Anyway,
Palmer's not a winger, bro. Palmer's not a winger, bro. Pull up.
I'm stuck between Palmer and Odegaard.
Look,
It's
Odegaard
Mainu.
disappeared from me in the league. Disappeared later on.
It's Mainu, it's Rice. It's between Odegaard and Palmer for me. I'm gonna go Odegaard.
Say no more.
Nah, no, Rodri.
No, Rodri.
Not
Rodri.
in my setup.
Not imagine.
Not in my team.
No
either.
Rodri.
Declan
No,
Rice for me
Rodri.
this season was way better than Rodri.
Look, this is a question. Do you guys think it's maybe a fact that Rodri is so good that he doesn't? It's almost like he's expected to just pull out the performances that he does. Do you know what I mean?
Nah,
Rice-
I feel like
Rice
Declan Rice,
does
bro.
more.
Declan Rice for me was a midfield
Rice
of the
does
season.
more. Rice does more. Rice does more. Rice does more. Mainu does more. Odegaard does more.
Your question is a valid question. And it's the same with Sergio Busquets. At the height of Barcelona, no one spoke about Sergio Busquets.
Exactly.
Nobody. He was just there in the team. And anybody that says now they spoke about Busquets, I don't think that you know what you're talking about, because you are lying to yourself. You're only going on what you saw when the rest of them left. Because all you ever spoke about in that Barcelona team under Pep was Xavi, Iniesta, Messi, David, and what's his
Villa.
strikers and they end up at Valencia? Villa. That was it.
Villa.
That was before Suarez and Neymar came along. When they left, people started speaking about Busquets. Until then, it wasn't Busquets. Mascherano was the main man in the central midfielder till they turned him into a centre back. So Busquets, and I get what you're saying. The same thing with Rodri. We will only appreciate him when he leaves Man City. Truly.
I mean, look at this run in the Premier League. So now, how much game?
No, but guys, we're not speaking about the type of player. We're talking about this season. For me, Declan Rice was a step ahead for me this season. If you look at it, what Arsenal have ended up second. If Declan Rice,
I'll agree.
I don't think so. Arsenal will in a
Rice's
second. If Declan Rice.
contribution, yeah, but Rice's contribution, you cannot deny that. Brilliant, right? But to
And
that
Odegaard.
he's a
And
better
Odegaard.
player, Odegaard as well. So to say that they overshadowed Rodri, I don't think so. I don't think so. If
Remember,
Rodri was
we
at
only
City,
beat
Bram,
City.
this is
We
my
beat
thing.
City
This is my
without
thing, Bram.
Villa beat
This is my
City.
thing. This is my
Wolves
thing,
beat
guys.
City without Rodri there.
Guys, this is my thing. City has the ball 80% of every game, right? So now we want to compare. I mean, look at the work. How much work is Rodri actually putting at 80%? Because he's just doing the basic stuff, which is he does it neatly, does it perfectly, because the system they're playing is allowing him to do that. So that's why I'm saying, yes, every season he's been outstanding, I get that. But this season for me, I've seen the best Declan Rice I've ever seen throughout the whole Declan Rice era. And this was the season. Like if you look at the work, the amount of kilometers he ran, the up and down box, he was a proper box to box midfielder. I can't compare anyone this season to him at the moment. For me, yeah, Rodri was exceptional, but it's because City plays in a system where he just looks neat. He goes up now and then, moves a goal. I mean, it's for me the impact that Rice made to Arsenal's whole system and the way they played was just for me a step ahead this season. That's all.
now take Rodri out of City. Would they have ended ahead of Arsenal?
Without looking, they have a player like Calvin Phillips that they just gave to West Ham, bruh. They bought Nunes from Wolves.
You see,
They had cover in those areas that the players didn't play.
They had cover.
They didn't play. They didn't play.
Kovacic is not going to
But
play
so
up
did,
three.
but hang on. So did Arsenal with Declan Rice, right? Declan Rice stood out at West Ham. He ran more than everybody else. Why? Because he was fitter. The rest of them was slow, right? He ran a lot. Came to Arsenal, better players. Beginning, he started doing the same job he did at West Ham. They changed his job thereafter. The more Arsenal won, the more he stood out. And Arsenal started losing. You would not have been saying the same thing about Declan Rice.
Yeah.
So to judge him and say he ran more, the value that he brought to Arsenal, it was a given Arsenal were going to do well.
Bram,
Take
it's a game of opinion. It's my opinion, but it's my opinion. I'm not going to change it. It's my opinion.
Me also.
Exactly. But I'm just saying, you cannot say that he was better.
Of course I can. It's my opinion. Why can't I say it?
I think that
No, you can't say it's my opinion. I said what I say. That's why I'm saying it. So
The thing is, at the end of the day, I base my vote on. Sorry, Oli. I base my vote on the three midfielders that excited me the most this season. It was Kobe
Yeah, that
Mainoo,
also.
it was Martin Odegaard, and it was Declan Rice. Those
Yeah.
are the three. There was how many times did I watch Arsenal? I think, shit, nigga, Declan. Same with
Yeah.
United, shit,
Almost
nigga,
every game,
Kobe.
bro.
Shit,
Yeah.
nigga, Kobe. The calmness of Martin Odegaard, the balls through, the awareness. Shit, nigga. That's the three that excite me the most this season. Rodri did
I
not
mean,
excite me.
if you take Rodri out, bro, you put Stones, they do the exact same fucking job.
Exactly,
The exact same
exactly.
job.
Can put Ake there. Can put
Not this
Varial there.
I don't think
But
Stones
yeah,
is
See,
going to
anyway,
score the type of goals that Rodri
let's go
Anyway, let's
to
go. Yeah,
Brand's
Bram,
midfield.
what's your midfield
Who's Brand's
anyway?
midfield?
I'm gonna go with a 4-4-2. I'm gonna go in the middle. I actually do have Declan
Dev.
Rice. I've got Rice.
Sorry
up
guys, I
there.
have to jump off. I will
Yeah,
see
no
you all
problem, no
soon. Love
Yeah,
y'all. Bye bye.
love the jumping on again. Yeah, man. Bless my brother.
No problem.
Peace out.
I've got Declan Rice, and I'm actually gonna go with Cole Palmer. I think in the center of midfield this season, when Chelsea were at their worst, this guy was carrying them alone.
Mm.
And that is you just say only your opinion. For me, at your worst or at your team's worst, do you still stand out? Right?
Mm.
That is why I
This guy
picked
stood
Palmer.
out. This guy stood out. So you can just imagine if Chelsea were better. The better Chelsea got, this guy was standing head and shoulders above everybody else in his position. He was outstanding over Odegaard for me.
Yeah.
Right?
He was.
carried that
He
team.
was. He
The
was.
reason I picked Declan Rice.
That's why
the reason I
Odegaard not
picked
in my team and Palmer's in my
the-
team.
The reason why I take Declan Rice over Rodri, not because I think he had a better season, but Declan Rice added something to his game this year that I don't think he had at West Ham. His
Goals.
awareness, goals he had, he's playing in a different role at West Ham. When he actually went forward, he scored goals for West Ham. What he is his ability to dominate, not only in front of the defense, he dominated games for me, for Arsenal, in the final third also. He was at telling pass, he was at link pass, and that is something I never thought that this guy had. I thought he was, for me, he was like that Steve McMahon type, you know. But this
I think
guy
we
added
haven't
something.
we haven't seen a player show his worth in a long time, and I think Declan's money now see like really what the 100 million can give you. Like I feel like he owned up to that money, man.
Mm.
We haven't seen a long time a 100 million player. Like I think Declan almost owned up to that money.
The
Even
fact that we
obviously
didn't even talk
even
about
it's
it, the fact that we
overpriced.
haven't spoken about it.
And Benny's gone now. Do you know what? I'm so glad that Ollie said that. That was going to be my final point before we close off tonight about managers. Erik ten Hag, name one player, 60 injuries and all. Who has he improved at Manchester United? Who? Nobody. Right? Arteta, Arsenal's 8th and 7th. When did Saka start playing for Arsenal?
Under Emery, but he stumbled on him. Like
He was a
stumbled
bit
on-
part youngster. Right?
Yeah, but he was left back. He was left back. He was left back.
A
under Emery.
left back.
So
a
what
left
about the
back.
youngsters what about the youngsters playing now for United?
Whoa, hang on. You've got one good youngster at United. The rest are okay. You've got one good youngster, Mino. The rest are okay. Saka's development under Arteta has made him one of the best young players in world football. Right or wrong? Gabriel Martinelli has become one of the Premier League's most consistent players. Right or wrong?
Not this
No,
year.
he had a shit season last
He
season.
had a shit injury hit season. Right?
He had a shit season. Last
Shit.
year. But I know what you mean. He's been
But-
like a mainstay.
He would make most people starting 11s.
He's a mainstay.
Right?
Yeah.
Ben White
Oh, okay.
was not great. Arteta
Yeah.
made him a very good right back, turned him into an England international. Who has improved under Erik ten Hag at Manchester United?
How
Rashford.
can we say anyone improve if they're all injured, Bram? When do we have a chance to improve anyone? They were all injured. They never even. Who played 10 consistent games, but besides Bruno? Like how do you even?
Was it
Arsenal had the same 11 almost every week, but
Is this his first season? Is it his first season at United?
Arsenal is almost every. But
Is this ten
you
Hag's
can't
first
say
season
that.
at Manchester United?
Look
No,
at the
it's not
squad.
his
Look at the
season.
look at the age.
We are
Look at the age in the
talking
squad.
only from the day that he started up until
But look at
now.
the age in
We're
the
talking
squad.
about- You
Look
want
at the
to
age in
know
the squad.
injuries
Arsenal
as
got
an
the youngest
excuse?
squad in the whole
We're not
league. So
We're not
obviously they're
throwing
going to
injuries
develop.
as- Okay, now let me speak. You're speaking over me the whole time. You are basing injuries and saying, how can they develop? We're talking about day one when he walked in. Who is still there up until today? Who has gotten better? Leave the injuries. Nobody's gotten better. Nobody's gotten better under him. Right?
Would you say Dalo maybe? Dalo?
Who?
Dalo, the right back?
One player.
I think he's been the player of the season.
He's the player of the season. He's
Bram,
definitely the player of the season.
okay, I've got a question for you. Isn't it easier for players to develop under a manager, and you can see it if there's a system, a constant system in play every week? Isn't it easier than to see how the players developing? When the fuck have you seen anything like Rugby United since Eric came? Like, so it's difficult to say he's developed. How we've been trying to find a style of play for fucking how long? So I can't agree with what you're saying, because all players look very well developed if they play in a fucking system that works. Look at fucking Aston Villa system that works. Now you can say Emery has developed this, he has developed that, but yet these players were there before he got there. Now it's all about the system. So yeah, I get what you're saying. Like Arsenal, he's obviously have developed that players because they actually fit in his system. Everyone he bought has fit in his system. Everyone who's not fit in his system, now everyone is going to look good. The same for City. Players that was playing there, other places, they come in the City. Now everyone looks good because the system is working. So it's difficult. But
the thing is, look at Emery. System, right? System. Broad system. Captain Tyron Mings is out of the team completely.
Totally.
Why? Because there is a system. Whether they win or lose, there's a system. You say he's still trying to find a system. Who? He's one player. How many games has Tielemans played?
So Tielemans developed. That's how Tielemans always played. He's always played that way. He played by the Leicester like that. What difference has Tielemans done to his game? He's done the exact same thing. But what do you mean develop? He's the exact same player. He's done it for Belgium. He's done it for Aston Villa.
He doesn't start for them. He doesn't start for them when all the players are fit. He doesn't start for them. So that's what I'm saying. They have a system. You're saying Eddie's still trying to find a system. Whether he has injuries, whoever is his young players must know this is our system and this is our style. He doesn't.
But every young player has played well that came in there. Every young player has done better than the other fuckers not that's in the back end. So you saying you're saying one player, but look at the youngsters who's actually played. They have been playing well. They've been showing that they can play for United. So now you're looking at the player like the lot who's done well this season. Now you look at can you say the coach has developed Bruno? Can you say that if he came there already developed? Right? A lot of the players came there at age, develop in the peak. Now what managers are going to develop them? It's if you look at it,
was Luka Modric a developed player when he went to Real Madrid from Spurs?
No.
You're speaking about development as in a young child. You can develop a 26-year-old into being better. Development is not age restricted.
But you're speaking about development. You're not speaking about better.
Development is development. When you make someone better, that is development. Luka Modric was not the finished article. He was 26 years old when he left Spurs. But he became a way better player.
Because he haven't peaked yet. He only peaked at 30. He peaked at 30 years old. The players today is peaking now when Modric left. The peak age is different.
Yeah, at Madrid he won the Champions League.
His peak age is different now.
Yeah, but he peaked. But you guess what? By the time he peaked, he already had 3 Champions League medals twisted off in his cabinet.
Why? Because look at the players he played with. Look at the team he had with. Look at the team he had.
But he had to fight to get into that midfield.
Yes, so? What manager was there?
He got better. He's played under how many different managers now at Real Madrid?
But Bram, I'm not saying players are not getting better. You're speaking just about United.
But you said about youngsters.
But I can give you a few players who got better. What do you mean the players didn't get better? No one. You said no one got better. That's nonsense, bro. You can't say no one got better.
Has Maguire gotten better? No. He's been more consistent.
My bro, as the team, look at the team. Look what happened to us this season.
Let's move on. We're going to
argue.
Let's continue picking out teams of the season.
Yeah, we're talking about your front three. We're going to the front three now.
Wait, my wingers. I must not pick my wingers. Right midfield for me.
No.
I'm midfielders. I gave my 2 center midfielders. I said Rice and Palmer. That's my 2. And then my wingers, Phil Foden at left midfield, definitely. I mean, as hands
Yeah,
down.
Oli is the one that usually
Guy was
starts. Yeah.
guy was exceptional. I actually like Eze as well. I think when he played and under this new coach, damn, Eze,
I was Pelosman.
yo,
How's that like in the midfield, man?
thank you. Development. 10 games this man has come in. Who has improved at Crystal Palace, Oli? Who has improved under
Talk
this
about the
man
one
at
that got
Crystal
the England
Palace?
call up. Talk about that one.
This coach came in 10 games. They were 12 to 13 games left.
What?
Look at
Situation
the team.
is different. Clubs is different. It's United is a big club, man. It's not easy, bro. It's not easy. Bremo, you can't possibly compare this shit, bro. I mean, you've been long in this game, bro. You can't compare
But
Crystal
you can,
Palace
but you,
and
but you know
no,
what?
you
You
can't,
can
bro.
come
You
and put the
can't. You
blueprint
can't.
down to say,
You can't.
guys, this is
Then I
me.
guess the manager's
Look at
better.
this
He's got a
man.
better manager then. It's a better manager then. He's a better manager then. Simple as that. He's a better manager. You know how to, I don't know, how long is he going to last? Let's see. Can he get in the top 4? Like, bro, you can't compare me, bro.
But
You can't compare. Like,
you can't
they've
expect him to
always
get in
had
the
good
top 4
players.
with the players
Those
that he has.
players, they've always had good. Eze has always been good. Olise has always been good.
Oli
They've
is a
always been
quality
good.
player.
For me, that's why
And with
Olise.
that, look at that strike of this. Yo, that was Phil
Mateta.
Masinga at his best.
Mateta.
That was Phil Masinga
Yeah, he was
reincarnated.
back in the beginning. I can remember a few years ago.
Yeah, he was
stuck.
cucked.
This
He was
Mateta
cucked, yeah.
in the beginning of the season at Palace. Now, I don't think
All
this
of a
guy could buy a
sudden,
goal.
wow.
Yo, this man scored 14 goals, I think, in 8 or 9 games. Look. Do you see what I mean? Do you get my point, Davey? How
I know what
quickly
you mean.
did he take this and take these players' games to the next level? Huh? Palace, dangerous team. Dangerous. But yeah, that's my right midfielder. I will. I'm torn between Bowen and Saka. I think Bowen, consistently well. Whether you West Ham use him on the right, use him as a striker. Ollie, would you take him at United? Gareth Bowen.
Ollie there, I think he's frozen. Is it just me?
I don't know.
You saying Saka, no? I don't know how to feel about this season. Yes, he's performed in the big games and the output, but sometimes
It was a completely different season for him, David.
It's a different season
very
for him,
different, very different in terms of what he was required to do. Remember, there were times last year where there was, if it wasn't Ben White at right back, it was somebody else. Ben White gave you consistency this year. I think withdrawing from the England squad completely also benefited you guys.
Yeah, it did, especially with Ben. But look, I hear the Saka in terms of output for Saka.
Definitely. But Bowen for me, yeah.
Think he's going to the
I
World
think
Cup?
very underrated footballer.
Think he's going to the Euro?
Do they? I would take him.
No.
Do you know why? He's got goals in him, man. I want to take Harry Kane.
Okay, in that front line, specifically that front line, who falls
So
out?
if I pick my 2 strikers, I've gone 4-4-2. So I'm gonna go with my striker, Ollie Watkins. And I'm actually going to go with, believe it or not, Isak from Newcastle.
God, I love that guy. That guy. I wish Arsenal. That's the player I want Arsenal to see.
You know, Dominic Solanke.
I'm surprised he didn't pick the Terminator.
Haaland. I've never been a fan of him.
What? Does his whole demeanor? Oh, you're also in the spot of Roy Keane that says, he's a championship 2 player in terms of football ability.
I think football-wise, he's gotten better, but he's still poor. And without goals, there isn't much about this guy as a player.
He's a goal scorer. That's the thing. He gets the goals for them. And look against you guys. That fucking 2 goals that he scored.
Without goals, there isn't a lot to his game. He was a shadow player against Romero and Dragusin. He was very scared. You could see they ruffled him up in the first 10 minutes. They went through him, you know. Saliba did the same thing against him and Gabriel.
Lead him.
With his size, it's not the most physical. No, he
Mm.
tries and he gets himself in physical condition but he's not the player that he's not the Mark Hughes, Batistuta, those guys that were footballing good, but they kept coming back, but they could play. They weren't just based on speed; they were physically strong. Batistuta was a king for me. Ronaldo, the real Ronaldo, was a king. For me, there isn't much he's not the kind of. I wouldn't pay to watch Haaland play football.
Same, yeah. Same.
I wouldn't pay to watch him play football.
This is why
I
I
love
was
Ollie
asked-
Watkins.
I was asked the
I
question
love
once,
Ollie Watkins.
Saka or Haaland, and the only reason why I said Haaland is purely just because of his
Because
big
of the
goals.
goals,
that he
yeah. I
scored.
mean, it's
Just because of the goals, but again, like I asked the
Ah,
chick also, like, are you
fuck,
talking, are you
he's-
preferring, are you asking me as a goal scorer or who's a better footballer? Saka's a better footballer than Haaland, obviously, but yeah. My
100%.
front three I'm going is, I think we've lost Ollie completely. What was I gonna say? My front three I'm going with is Palmer. Did I have in my other wing? Up front, obviously, at Haaland. Did I have in my other wing? Why am I forgetting now all of a sudden? Give me the wingers again, Brian. Foden,
We
Foden,
have
Foden.
Foden. So left at Foden,
Foden.
Gordon, Diaz, or Eze. I like Gordon as well.
Yeah, Anthony Gordon had a nice season near the end as well. Champions League final, just before we get into final thoughts, how do you see this one going? You've been very big in saying that.
At Dortmund, I tell you why. Like I said to you, Atalanta beat the odds. Leverkusen were bound to win the game. Atalanta beat the odds. United beat the odds. They beat City. Southampton leads. Same thing. I just feel that these guys have their eyes on the Euros as well, man.
That too.
We need to. We can't rule it out. Is that there is certainly a high cost to those that are involved in the Euros, in the prelim squads. Remember, guys were playing to make prelim squads. Now the prelim squads are virtually picked and announced. I think there'll be probably some sulky faces in the Madrid squad. A couple of them didn't make the prelim squads of their countries. Some did. So don't be surprised if all of that adds to there's no fight in the Madrid team. You know, if they go a goal down, is there fight in them? It's in their nature. It's bound. Look, they're favorites to win. No doubt about it. They're favorites to win. It's Madrid Champions League. This is their thing. This is in their DNA. However, I just feel that Dortmund didn't surprise him. The size of the Wembley pitch as well.
Yeah, that is.
It's a big factor. People don't understand. If you've never been to Wembley, guys, it is wide. It's wide. It's thick grass. Like you see tired legs. It's specifically designed like that. Yeah, that's just the thing for me is that I'm going with Dortmund. I'd love Dortmund to win it. Love it.
Say no more. I'm like I said, stranger things have happened. Welcome back, kind sir.
Sorry,
Welcome
mate.
back.
Yeah, where you?
I had an issue with my laptop.
Now ask you a question. Would you take Bowen at United?
I want to give my front three first.
Yeah, give your front
sorry.
three. Yeah, I don't give his front three. Front three.
I could see Bowen at United. For me, he
Look, if I look at
like he-
Anthony, if I look at the way we're playing now, if I look at Canacho, the direct winger we have, Anthony's not a direct winger. He's a complete opposite to Canacho. So I would like, yeah, I think Bowen would also do well in at United. The same would I would like to get Eze and Olisi both on a pack.
you'll be dangerous.
That too.
I would like
I
them
think
both
they-
on a package deal.
I agree with you there, Ollie. I think they would if that was your new midfield, Eze, Olise, Canacho, Maino.
Frankie de
Because
Jong.
remember, Lucian can go on the right. On the right. Yes. United will be.
I still want Frankie
out
de
the
Jong.
best. I think they'll bring out the best in Hoyland. Then, if you go with that dynamic midfield,
Bro, Hoyland is gonna be next year, next season. I mean, if you look at his numbers for this season and look at his ability, there's definitely a player there, bro.
I love the way
You
he
can't
plays.
deny that, bro.
I love the
You
way he
can't deny
plays.
that.
The way he plays
He offers
football.
more
I
than
love the way
Haaland. He
plays.
offers more than Haaland. For me, he offers more than Haaland. I feel like he can.
Haaland
He does
Footballing
much.
wise. Footballing wise, you mean footballing
just
wise, right?
everything,
Yeah,
man.
footballing wise.
Haaland without goals is
Yeah, it's
nothing.
nothing. That's Mbappe without speed.
It's like Coke with no sugar. Like Coke with no
Yeah,
gas.
exactly.
Only your front three.
Exactly. My front three, obviously, Foden is a no-brainer. And then I've got Alicia on the one side. And then my striker is a bit of a shock, maybe to everyone, but it's going to be Watkins. I feel like
Same
Ollie
like-
deserves.
It's not a shock.
I
That's
feel
not
like
a
this
shock.
It's not a
season.
shot. It's not a shot.
Yeah.
He's a top striker for me,
So,
bro. Yo,
Yeah.
I would love to. I would
His work
love
rate is mad.
to
Yeah.
have him.
You got the most
His
assists
ability
this
on
year,
the ball.
Yeah. Most assists, yeah.
That's why. And Ollie, I just said to Devi now, no. I would not take Harry Kane to the Euros, and I'll play Ollie Watkins as my striker.
He deserves, bro. He deserves it, bro. Based on, yeah.
You know,
He's
some-
gonna be one of those. He's gonna be one of those guys, no, that is going to be in the mold of went through what Andy Cole went through, what Robbie Fowler went through, what Jermaine Defoe went through.
Yeah.
The guys that just never got an opportunity because England had Rooney. That
Yeah.
before then it was Lineker, and it was Rooney,
Mm.
then it was Owen. Owen kept Fowler out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember Tezio also
You know?
at the time.
Shearer kept everybody out, Andy Cole and Ferdinand
Yeah.
out. So I think
Yeah.
Ollie Watkins is going to be a victim of the same thing where Harry Kane kept him out. Kane kept Vardy out, and I
Why
believe
not
that
play?
Vardy
Why not
can
play both?
bring- Does he play 4-4-2 though?
Nah, he doesn't. Nah, he play with three.
Kamikaze,
Play with three, yeah.
Play some kamikaze, 8 defenders, some cock formation like that.
He play right back. He plays the right back at left
Yeah,
back, and
he plays right
and he
back,
plays
so
the
you're
right
right
back at
back,
centre
so-
back.
Yeah, the yellow right backs, yo. Yeah, he loves his right backs, yo. Champions
Was
League
it
final,
the
Ollie,
last
you see,
Euros? Was it the last Euros? He picked 7. He had 6 right backs. Or was
6
it the
right backs,
previous
I
World Cup?
remember.
He
Yeah,
had
it was like
Alexander Arnold. He had Reece James. He had Kieran Trippier. He had Kyle
Walker.
Walker.
yeah, there was
There was somebody else as well. He literally had like 5 right backs or something like that.
Trippier as well.
And he said, yeah, and he said no. Kyle Walker's a centre back.
But even now that you mentioned that, if
Man.
you look at that England squad list, he's got Trent listed as a midfielder.
Mm.
Guys, I think the biggest shock is that Phillips and Henderson's not in the squad. I mean, it's just ludicrous. It's crazy that they're not there, guys. I can't believe it.
Why?
Calvin Phillips and Jordan Henderson.
He's sarcastic,
It's
man.
mad.
He's
It's
sarcastic.
mad.
Yeah, but
Guys,
He's sarcastic.
That's his favorites, no? That's
he
his favorites.
lives by the two of them.
Yeah, that's his favorites, yeah.
I think he would have
But I'm happy. I'm happy that he brought Crystal Palace light in, and I'm happy he brought in the Everton defender in. I'm happy for that.
Yeah, but I thought, hopefully
Yeah, but
goes,
you know he's gonna discard them. He's gonna discard them because it's next week
Yeah.
Friday, the 7th. All squads must be in.
yeah, 25 man, yeah.
Like I said, do you know what? If he wants to win the Euros, people will crucify him to say, yeah, Kane is a goal scorer, blah blah blah. You can't expect that England's going to get a penalty every time. You know, I
Yeah,
feel that
true.
and the way England play, the speed at which they play, he keeps them back.
I also feel he keeps
He
them
holds
back.
them back. Because look, you got Foden. If they're gonna take Anthony Gordon, Kane's never gonna keep up with him. If what the way Kobe Mino passes and
Yeah,
Bellingham's also not the quickest in the world, right?
exactly.
Foden, those kind of players, I just feel Kane. Nah.
Mm. Yeah, I think Kane's time is a bit up. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Champions League final, Ollie, your prediction?
I'm going to Dortmund. I said Dortmund.
I'm gonna put my money on Dortmund for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, even though Champions League belongs to
High
flipping
five,
Real
me there.
Madrid.
High five, bro. High
Yeah,
five.
so but I feel like if I look at Real Madrid, Real Madrid, they've been scrapping through winning games by individual performances, like Bram said to me the other day, and it's true because I watched him in La Liga.
Yeah.
And Dortmund is more of like they depend on everyone, depends on each other, man. Which is like it could go against it could hit Real Madrid
I like
because
Dortmund, honestly.
yeah.
I'm also gonna say. I want to say something here quickly. Oh, just here's the thing. Is the Sancho thing sorted with him being able to play on Saturday? Remember, his contract ends. His loan
Now
ends
it takes. I think they extended another month or something. They can do like a month thing, like an
They
extra.
do that. Okay. Here's the other thing. Here's the other thing. And I think. Remember, I'm not the biggest Jadon Sancho fan. I think the kid is overrated. Right.
Yeah.
However, I do think he is going to stand up and be counted. It's Wembley. I think he's gonna have he wants to do nothing more than to show.
To show, yeah.
Is he in the England squad? Is Sancho in the England 30-man squad?
No.
Yes, he's not, Brian. He was doing so well.
That's mad to me how he's not in the squad.
So for me, this kid is gonna go out on the bang with Dortmund.
Remember, he was one of the three that missed in that penalty shootout at the Euros in that final.
Yeah, but because they brought him on. They brought him on.
They brought him on, that's what I'm saying.
Him and Rashford, yeah.
Guys, the viewers, everybody out there, on I think it's on Netflix or on Amazon. Watch the Euro, the whole build up to that that final thing. There's a documentary.
Netflix, the one that the chaos.
The chaos. Yeah, I watched that.
With the chaos.
Yeah. Did you watch the United documentary, the 99 one?
Of course, bro.
I watched it.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah.
I watched it.
I'm busy with that thing, Bram. But one that you said now, I'm gonna start watching it.
It's mad, yo. It's crazy. It's crazy how they start from the morning. Final thoughts, Ollie?
For the season.
Coach of the season. Who's the coach of the season? Who would be your coach of the season?
Coach of the season for me would probably be Unai Emery, bro.
Same for me.
I think like Unai Emery. I mean, is it his first season at Aston Villa?
No, second. I think he came last year, didn't he?
Didn't he come all the way through the season? He replaced.
He came all the way through the season.
He made Gerrard.
Yeah, so yeah, for me it's him or Arteta. So one of the two. Like Arsenal didn't lose the league, bro. City just won it. Like as simple as that. I think Arsenal could have done more. I do think if Arsenal would have signed 2-3 players in that January, including a striker, I think they get the notch. Yeah, they get the notch ahead. Yeah.
You need that striker.
But yeah, it was a good season. I feel like was it more intense in last year? I can't remember. It didn't go to the last day though. This season went to the last day. Last season didn't go to the last day, did it? I think City won it.
They won it. We lost to Forest and then they won it. That's what gave in the league.
So, but I feel like in terms of
they had to win on the last day. Remember they won 4-2. They were 2-0, 2-1 down against Villa. Coutinho still scored.
That was with Liverpool the season before. That was with Liverpool.
Yeah.
The season before that.
That was the season before. Yeah. Last year we gave the league to them. We did it. We were just cut near the end.
Yeah. And also, like in terms of the football quality, this season is nice to see more and more teams now not backing off for the big teams. Everyone's playing the ball. Everyone's playing towards the potential. Obviously, the guys in the relegation zone always like they just cut past. But it's nice to see now more teams like playing like more. You see, more teams got an identity now. I think than before. You would see only a few. But I think that the football quality. I'm hoping like this VAR and the referees vibe stuff is getting better. Like I hope that can still get better. I wish it can be on the rugby level. Like I wish it can be in the rugby level because then you'll have more accuracy in terms of how games turn out. But yeah, I feel like it's been a good season. I think next season, this is recorded, right? Yeah, I do think next season we'll have a different one winning the league. And I feel like also Pep's time is coming to an end in the English Premier League. I feel like he's on his way out.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely.
He said he hasn't made a secret of it.
Yeah.
He said that he said in his in on that City, there's a documentary of City as well. He contemplated leaving City when they won the Champions League. Straight after
Yeah.
winning the Champions League, he contemplated leaving. He was keen to leave. He's made no secret. He still wants to manage Brazil one day. He wants to take Brazil to a World
Oh,
Cup.
Brazil. Wow.
Brazil, yes.
Okay.
And he wanted to leave, and that's why he said this is definitely his last season. Although he is thinking of it before the last game, even before the trophy, he was actually considering leaving in the summer. Now in the summer.
Apparently he was planning on leaving in the summer.
I'm still of the opinion. Don't be surprised if that guy leaves before the start of the season.
Yeah, don't be surprised. Yeah.
You
Don't
know
be
what?
surprised,
Because
because it's
as
going to
an
take a
Arsenal fan,
lot.
from my side, I want to win the title with him in the league. Klopp already left. I want to win the league with him because I don't want that whole buzz of Pep had to leave for you to win the league. You know what I mean? Ole? No, I want to win it
It's
with
going to
him.
be that.
I want to win it with him.
It's gonna be like that.
Yeah, but I think
You know they're
I
gonna say that. Only you know that's gonna be said, right?
It's gonna be shit like
I
that.
think
Yeah.
also it's a good is it going to be against them with him saying that this is his? Maybe it's a good thing. Remember, Klopp chose to wait until halfway through the season. It backfired for Liverpool. I think with Pep coming out saying, "Listen, guys, it's my last year." They're either going to smoke the league, you know,
Yeah.
or they're going to do it they're going to do it down in fine Pep style, you
Yeah,
know, and right
kind
at
of.
the end. But they're either going to smoke, but with the type of manager he is, if he says it's going to be his last season, and City are like second by January, you know that by Feb the league is done because they're not going to lose. They're going to smoke it. Yeah, or you know what? He's just going to enjoy it and just throw the towel in. And I wouldn't be surprised if he chases the Champions League next year. If he does that, I think his signings will give us an indication. Are you signing
what
to
he
win?
wants to be.
If he gets that guy from West Ham, Paqueta, that he's chasing, right? He's chasing him like mad.
I
think he must.
Yeah, but he's not gonna be sentenced or
Yeah,
something.
but so did
He is a
Basuma.
shit,
Basuma, we still signed him, man. So I think the Paqueta thing, if he gets him, Ollie, I think he's gonna try and pop you to Frankie de Jong. I think he'll want to change and bolster his midfield, have some more variety and options. I can see him cashing in on Jack Grealish.
I heard rumors. Yeah,
I think
Yeah,
it's
I
Cloud
think
Green.
cashing-
Yeah.
I heard rumors is clear. Yeah.
on him. So I think when we
How's
when we-
how's Jack Grealish not like considered one of the flops of the season though? Like why isn't he like in the category of like Anthony?
We didn't speak about. I think we'll do it.
He's a golden boy, bruh.
When we resume before the season starts, I think we'll do
Before the
flop of
season
last
starts. You
season.
know we're gonna do. We must.
And Jack, he's up there. He's flop of the season. Yeah,
Him
right.
and Anthony's up there, bro. Yo, and him, Anthony, and also maybe that Chelsea midfielder they signed from Brighton, Casado. He's also had a
Casado,
flop
yo,
season.
at this-
Like,
The end
yeah.
with that awkward line goal. What about Fabio Vieira? What about him?
Injuries, so
But
he
I
didn't
mean,
have a good season.
you guys
He
are
didn't
always
have a
fit.
full
Arsenal
season. He
always
was
fit,
out
bro.
a little bit.
I mean, Partey was also missing for a while.
Yeah, we can just let him go. He can go. I'm done with him. Klaar met hom. Bram, your final
Alright.
thoughts?
Now, final thoughts. Guys, it's been a great season. We there's a period we missed a lot of pods. And it's good for us to speak football, and good to have Ollie on the show. He might bring some good points that we can tackle him on also, but he brings some good insight also. I hope we're gonna have a Euro chat, a Euro discussion. Starts on the 14th, Friday the 14th.
We must play a Euro Fantasy League.
Yeah, you must
Yeah,
send
we
me
should
the
do that. We should do that.
link.
But I'm still hoping that we have a pod, like a live, everybody in studio together. Would be good. But yeah, look for me, guys. The season. I think the season's been good. I'll be honest with you. I've lost a lot of faith in the Premier League with the poor refereeing decisions. The referees sort of, for me, took center stage for most of the season. Let's be honest. The VAR Newcastle game probably cost Arsenal. The Liverpool Spurs. I don't know. Did that offside
Liverpool
change
City,
the
the Taco
game?
challenge. The Taco challenge at the end.
Yeah. So you see, it's the fact that when we never had VAR, you know that's what we lived for, is those controversial moments. We brought in VAR, or VAR was brought in to enhance the game, decision making. Yet they're getting what the naked eye can see, they're getting it wrong. And for me, what is the point of VAR if you are getting critical things wrong? So yeah, there's a lot where I've kind of lost a lot of, I won't say lost interest, but like faith in the Premier League. But for what it was worth, you always go back and you always watch, you know. But I'm just sick of football where our main talking point in, I think in that first ten games of the season, our main
Yeah.
talking point on pods was about refereeing decisions.
Exactly.
You
Now,
know,
what's the
and for
difference in
me,
the Euro? What's the difference in the Euro? I want you to see. Look how quick decisions
yeah,
get made there.
Yeah,
Shit.
but it's not English. It's not all English refs. It's like from
yeah,
everywhere.
Exactly.
but also
Yeah.
also the Euros, as you know, it's going to be, you'll see from the get go who is the favorites to be in there, not based on football, but who are the officials backing to get to the
Decisions.
final. No, it's easy to see. It's
When is
blatantly
the
easy
Euro
to see.
starting?
14th
14th of Feb. So
November.
next week
Of
Friday.
Feb.
June.
Sorry, June.
I'm like,
So
what?
I thought
next
I
week
hate it,
Friday.
Bram, but you sick,
Nah,
you. It's Tyson
nah.
Fury
Sorry,
on the
June,
side. They
June,
stuck
June.
him back to Happy New Year.
14th June. Nice. So next week Friday squads go in, and then the following Friday night Germany plays Scotland opening game.
Yeah. But yeah, look, my final thoughts, gents. It's been an awesome season. Can't thank you guys enough for the support. Love to the community. The chat always fiery and feisty. And here's to bigger things. Like I said, we will be shooting some more content in the, of course, in the Europe. Ollie, is there anything you want to plug from your side? I see you have been doing some nice work. Obviously, got your own little podcast going as well. Just give us a quick plug, my man.
Yeah, catch me on Analytic Lens, guys. Every platform you'll find me on Analytic Lens, on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram, you name it. Yeah, the pod is growing. I might have a few PSL players coming on off season as well. I'm still working on that. Starting to get some mics involved, but shit is expensive.
Yeah, bro.
So yeah,
What nights
so
shows? Was it just random
sorry.
nights? What nights
Yeah,
was the
like
show?
it's we were supposed to do it like once a week, but like sometimes my friend Josh gets a bit too busy, and we don't get each other on the same day. So we
Yeah.
just like stuff like that. So, but we're gonna do now a PSL and a Dusky review at the end of the season because the season is finished now, which we're probably gonna do this week, and then we maybe just touch base again, maybe on like player injuries, what players are facing. Because I'm chatting with a lot of players at the moment that is seeking advice in terms of like
Shit, we lost him.
James, I've got to
modern
bounce.
day kids, bruh.
I love my love.
Davey,
Yes.
These modern day kids, they just want. Oh, am I still talking? Sorry.
Yeah,
yeah.
go ahead. No, no, go ahead. Finish.
Nah, yeah, these modern day lights, bro. They don't understand the importance of time when you're injured, man.
Hmm.
So like they're getting injured after injured after injured after injury because they're not taking enough time. So there's a lot of
His Wi-Fi keeps cutting out.
Yeah. Dave, to all the viewers, thank you very much. I'll see you guys. Our next pod before the Euro, start of the Euro Championships.
Definitely, my brother. It's DVD, it's Bram the Hotspur, it's Ollie Nettic Lens, Ollie the United man. And we are out here, people.
We are-
Blessed.